In 24 hours, we're expecting the Turkish Parliament to pass a bill that will permit the sending of Turkish troops to Libya to rescue the government of national accord run by Fayez al-Sarraj from Haftar's onslaught on Tripoli. So what are we expecting? First of all, we're expecting the law to be passed. Secondly, rumors are coming out of Algiers and coming out of Libya that the Russians have actually changed their stance. They are no longer supporting Haftar with the same ferocity that we saw in the past 3 months, and it appears that Haftar and Egypt and the UAE are increasingly concerned that the Russians are now demonstrating a visible change in stance with regards to Haftar's onslaught in Tripoli, implying that perhaps some deal has been struck between Ankara and between Moscow. Thirdly, we're expecting Turkish troops to actually be sent to Libya in order to protect the government of national accord. Russia will not be too concerned with the sending of Turkish troops because it knows that Turkey is not trying to empower Sarraj to retake all of Libya. Turkey is simply trying to protect Sarraj, protect his seat at the negotiating table, to prevent Haftar from taking Tripoli. And Russia is happy dealing with this. Lastly, we're expecting the European Union to scramble. They will open channels with Misrata, with Zintan, with all of the parties to try to form some front with which to negotiate with, to try to find some leverage to negotiate with the Turks, with the Russians, who are now the main power brokers in Libya. We're expecting the Egyptians also to try to open channels with some of these militias, because we have to remember that the groups that are fighting with Sarraj are not fighting with Sarraj because they like Sarraj or they like the government of national accord. They are fighting with Sarraj because they don't want Haftar to take control of Libya. They were fighting between themselves, but when Haftar suddenly came to the gates of Tripoli, when it looked like he would cement his control on Libya, all of the militias came together because they looked at one another and said, guys, if Haftar takes over, we're all done for. Let's put our differences to the side for now until we deal with Haftar. Egypt and the UAE will try to take advantage of this. When we're looking at whether they can use the US as leverage against Russia and Turkey, the US until now still appears to be paralyzed. Still it appears to be unsure as to what to do in Libya, how to approach Libya.